I almost feel bad doing this because we're on, 27th of August, and for the third time, I'm about to open up the can of worms. Is Russell Martin fearing for his job? But look, don't shoot the messenger. These are just comments that are coming into us. Let me read a few of them out for you. Rangers Easy OK says, plain and simple, no surviving this time. To go, Russell Martin. 49ers, but you've made a mistake and take Patrick Stewart with you. Public backing have come on before Christmas, and now this. Time is up for you too. Dennis says Martin has to go. He spent 23 million and made the squad look weaker. Harry says total embarrassment. Sack Martin now. And Paul says it's very clear that Rangers fans want Russell Martin out, but the board and the owners make these decisions. What is the breaking point? Will he be sacked during the September international break? I mean, I guess that is the point, Swan. Are we? Do you think we're close to the breaking point? I mean, we don't know with these new owners. They're new, but it's all starting to get a bit much, isn't it?
Well, I sat here on Sunday night after the game at St Mirren and said it was pretty preposterous to be contemplating getting rid of a manager within a month of the competitive season starting. And deep down, I still think that. I just don't think you can be going down that road. However, Russell Martin is making it very difficult to build a case for him at the moment.
Aye.
We spoke on last night's show that he alluded to something in the press conference pre-match about the stuff that's going on at the moment and what's happening. And once everybody finds out what's been going on for the last couple of months, once we can speak about it, then you'll have a clearer idea of what the situation is. Whatever it is, he's no managing to handle it because it's a shambles.
Yeah.
Rangers are an absolute shambles at the moment. And listen, I'm sure we'll go through individual match incidents as we go along, but there's a certain, if I ever hear, I've heard so many managers say to me, 10 men, it's very difficult sometimes to play against 10 men. Well, you got an example tonight of what happens against 10 men. When you lose a player, what you then have to do is go the extra yard, cover the extra run, do the extra bit to dig in and help a teammate, and Rangers did the polar opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, there was boys that were just letting runners run off them all day long. I mean, JD Gassam's been given all sorts of credit for his cameos and his attacking stuff, the third and fourth goals. My word. And that's it. A boy that just didn't know what was going on behind him. It was too many of the boys that have come in. Russell Martin's boys that started the game, the boys he's brought in. It's clear that he wants to make changes. We said this after the Motherwell game, the first Premiership game. Spoke about it on Sunday when he came out and flamed the squad for the attitude. And you could tell, I felt there he was trying to he was trying to get change to happen to get some of his new boys in. The problem Russell Martin's got is the new boys he's bringing in don't really look up to it. And Glasgow's a tough school. You've got to hit the ground running quickly. And it is harsh to judge people in such a short space of time. But we're not seeing anything from these new guys. Nothing.
Yeah.
So far. And if that's Russell Martin's standard of signing, well, he really does have a problem. I mean, we were talking last night about Celtic not signing players. That's worse. Signing players are not up to it.
Aye. Well, look, comments are coming in thick and fast. Again, if you're watching, get involved in the conversation. John says, not starting Tav with his European experience was a very strange decision by Martin. There must be something going on in the background. I would add as well, Sonny, not starting Raskin. And I know Diamandi's had a poor start to the season, but these are guys that have been there in Europe with Rangers and done it. I thought leaving all three of them on the bench was very curious. Yeah.
Well, we've started this show prior to hearing what Russell Martin's got to say, obviously. I must admit, I looked at the team, and I heard he spoke before the game about getting as attacking a team on the pitch as possible. Now, Russell Martin's managed a lot more football games than me, but that struck me as being incredibly naive. You're going away from home to a team who ripped you apart inside 20 minutes in the home leg. The first thing you've got to do is stay in this tie. Now, everything was ripped up once the red card came anyway, but even before the red card, you could see that was an idea that wasn't working. I half looked at it and thought, is he already looking ahead to the Celtic game on Sunday? By leaving Raskin and Diamandi and Tavernier out? And maybe not, because he's left them out previously, but yeah, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me that some of your combative, competitive people in the middle of the park like Diamande and Raskan. That's the type of guy you want. They're the type of guys you want in the team.
Exactly. Aye.
When you're facing a team that you know are technically superior to you, and you're going to have to run a bit harder and run a bit longer and close people down and shut off spaces, and that's the guys that you leave out. I don't know. I think I must have said I don't know on this hotline live about 4 times during the second one. I feel back saying the same thing again because some of the stuff's inexplicable. I don't know. Maybe we're all going to find out once this transfer window closes and guys have left and all sorts of stuff, but it's all very odd at the moment. Very odd, and the Rangers fans are not having it.
Laurie in the comments says, we've lost our DNA. The Yanks won't care enough. That's just a taste. I mean, I've read out some of the comments. I could go on all night with the comments arguing for Russell Martin out. But I thought it was telling as well that the Rangers hierarchy were there in the stands tonight watching on. I mean, I know they'll go to most games, but do you think that they're potentially thinking about replacing Russell Martin? I mean, I guess I'm asking you to guess what people are thinking, but do you think it will be on their agenda? They'll be looking at us and going, I don't know if he's the man.
Well, the first thing that should be said is when these guys came into the club, they were endorsed Patrick Stewart, and then Kevin Thelwell was appointed.
Mm-hmm.
So they endorsed those. They were happy with that, and those guys were key to the appointment of Russell Martin. So as you go back the tree, if you like, this is the 49ers. They've put the people in place to appoint the manager. So if they get rid of the manager, they're basically admitting, okay, our first major decision has been a disaster.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. So you've got to ask yourself, are they going to do that?
But then,
their mind's got this set out that this is a long-term plan. We all said it at the beginning. Rangers might have to go through a little bit of pain first because we've talked about it, trying to weed people out of there who are continually losing, and we're in the cycle of not doing things properly. It might take time to turn that over, but the pain was not expected to be that deep. The way Rangers have performed in these first games is frightening.
Yeah.
And it's a very difficult sell to the Rangers fans to say, look, we might have to suffer another 4 or 5 months of this until we start to turn things around. That's the Rangers fans are just not going to have that.
Aye.
But we go back into the cycle again. We've talked about it. Back into the cycle again. Another manager out. How many players have been signed?
What is it now? What, up to 13, 12, 13?
I mean, and the next manager's lumbered with them. I mean, where does it end? Where does it end? But the Rangers fans are quite clearly telling the owners they've made a mistake.